Hello, today we are going to make the Kyoto bag from the Mikaya company. I think that's how you say it. So this is the Kyoto handle. So it's a little leather strap and it has the 2 rings on either side. And it comes with directions that tells you to take a piece of fabric, and it tells you what size in actually centimeters, but that's okay, I converted it. And it tells you to put it together in a certain way. You fold it and you knot it, and then you go like this to put it on, and then that is what you're supposed to use as the bag, which I said, no. So apparently it's a Japanese thing. I don't know. They shop with it. I don't know. Anyway, so what I did was I took some soft and stable and I made my square and used the fabric and I turned it so I didn't have any raw edges, and I made my own version of this. Oops, I put that on upside down. So I made my own version of this because I thought it looked a little bit more substantial, and you could use it as a shopping bag, you could use it as a purse, you could use it as whatever you wanted. But as you can see, it's not floppy, it's not goofy looking, and I could actually use that, and I wouldn't feel embarrassed to carry that around. So the cool thing about these handles is they are, like I said, they are the Kyoto, Kyoto handle. They're located on our website if you want to get yourself one, quiltinginthevalley.com, Kyoto handle. And they come in caramel, black, brown, and then this is the mallard blue one. So I'm going to show you how to make this. I've got my piece already put together. So what you're going to do, and you can make this different sizes. I made it with a 36-inch square. I made it with an 18-inch square. This is a 24-inch square. You do 27-inch, whatever you want to do. But this is a 24-inch square. So and so was that. So I have my 2 pieces of fabric, my inside and outside. They're right sides together. Then I had my 24-inch square piece of soft and stable. And out of these 2 sides, I cut an 8.5-inch square out of the corner. Out of these 2 sides, I cut a 6-inch square out of the corner. The 8.5-inch square side is so that you have enough space to tie this knot to pull in the sides. So you get that nice side. That's what the 8.5-inch square is for. If you take less than that, it's really hard to get the knot and to get that turned in like that. The 6-inch side is just so you have just enough to come through your handles and to lay flat. Okay, once you get that done, all cut out, layered. I'm using my clips, and I'm in my freshly oiled Bernina, and I'm now going to just sew around.
1/4 of an inch?
Yeah, 1/4 of an inch works. And if everything doesn't line up just perfectly because your cut was a little bit off, no big deal, because you can trim it once you get it sewn together. You're going to leave yourself an opening space, turning space, whatever you call it. just sew a little bit over here because that'll be my turning space. Okay. And like you would normally do, take those corners out so you can get your corners pulled.
So I understand the foam is not in the corners because that's when you turn and you're going to tie the knots, and you don't want that foam in there, it'll be too bulky.
Right.
Okay. That's why the shape the shape that it is.
Yep. Yep. Okay, so now I'm just turning everything inside out.
And that looks like it's easy enough.
It couldn't be much easier.
And the straps make it, the leather straps make it just so much easier than having to make your own and get them turned correctly. And
Well, and you can replace it, so you could have 15 different colors of this if you wanted to, and use them all with your little strap. Okay, so now I got this, and we're gonna hit pause for just a second. I'm gonna press this, we'll be back. Okay, so I pressed it. I got my fabric pushed out so I didn't have it all wrinkled up in there. And I'm using my clips to shut my opening. And now I'm gonna edge stitch all the way around the outside of it with an 1/8 of an inch seam. And I know it's gonna be an 1/8 of an inch seam because I'm using my 1/4 inch foot on my Bernina, and the inside tongue of your right tongue is an 1/8 of an inch away from the needle. And if I was going the other way, this etched in groove on the left side is an 1/8 of an inch away from the needle. So I'm gonna go ahead and just top stitch this all the way around, and that just gives it a little nicer finish. Oops, get going under there. There we go. Okay, as I'm coming around this corner, I'm actually closing that opening. And all this does is keep everything nice and flat for you. And I guess you wouldn't technically have to do this part, but look how much nicer that looks. So when you go to tie that, it just looks more finished. Okay, I'm going through all that foam. No, I'm not. So depending on what kind of machine you're using, you may have to take your time going around and through that foam. Of course, I'm using a Bernina. It'll go through anything.
I didn't hear the machine make any different noise when you went through the thicker fabric.
Nope, it won't. Nope, it just goes. You know, that was what, I think their thing was nothing sews like a Bernina. Used to be their motto. They're right. Nothing sews like a Bernina. I used to have another brand and it would not have gone through that. without an awful lot of pushing and cussing.
How much fabric did you say you
This
used?
is a 24-inch square,
Okay.
but you could do an 18-inch square if you want it smaller, or like I said, I've done up to a 36-inch square. 36-inch square is pretty big, but if you're going like shopping or something and you want to put bigger things in it, then fine, use that. Okay.
And,
so
and
there-
your sample is a 24-inch.
That's a 24-inch.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have it. So you're going to decide which you want to be your inside and which you want to be your outside. So I will use this as my outside. So
And it's reversible.
it's reversible.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to take it and I'm going to fold it like this.
Okay, let me get over there.
And this is with my 8.5-inch squares coming out here. And I'm just going to take this like this. And you see why it's important to have that 8.5-inch so that you can get plenty of this fabric pulled around to make that knot. And you're going to tie a knot. Poke it through there. I can get a hold of it there. And then just kind of tighten it up. Make the knot a little smaller with your hand. You know how it, can be kind of big and loose. Just kind of winnow it in and make sure it's nice and tight. And you're going to do the other side. Same thing.
It looks like this could be the hardest part, is making the knot
Yep.
and making it tight.
Well, and making it kind of smaller so it's not just this huge
Yeah.
thing on the inside of your bag. So just kind of pull on it so that it gets small. Okay, once you get those, you turn those both in like that. And now I have my bag formed. And the good news is that you can use this for other stuff if you want to. So if you don't want to use it as a bag, you could use it as a machine mat underneath your sewing machine when you're not using it. I'm going to take this one out. And then I come in and take my corners with the 6-inch piece out of them. Pull that in and see how that top stitching makes that lay nice. And then on the other one,
The handle matches that purse.
it was a plan, Stan.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And now I have another one. I could make as many of these as I wanted. And then I can put all my stuff in them. My shopping. I don't have anything else to put in it, but I can put all my stuff in there. And off I go. And you can just, like I said, you rotate this for every day of the week if you wanted to. One handle, 50 different bags. It's up to you. But that's all there is to it to make it a heck of a lot better than just that piece of fabric knotted up in there. Okay, easy peasy. They're on our website if you want to get yourself a Kyoto handle to make a Kyoto bag, Kyoto, at quiltinginthevalley.com.
Bye.